starting to get rained on. That doesn't make any difference to you, my subscribers. It's brutal out here, but nobody cares. Nobody cares the sacrifices that I endure to bring you these wonderful views. Wow. I don't know if that was part of, I don't know if you saw that or not. I would be pointing the camera over here and then it would be lightning on the other side. Then I go to the other side, then it would return to the other side. There you go, there's something. It was one right over there too. It's so great over here. I mean, when I go into Albuquerque, you know, I go because I get cabin fever, and then I go in and I'm at Albuquerque and it's just so freaking weird over there after living here. And I mean, I'm really fortunate to be here. You know, I complain about it at times. You know, like most people complain about things. But what are you going to do? But some of you may be thinking, oh, Rodney, you look so spiffy. What happened? What happened to you? How come you're so spiffy looking now? Well, this thing right here is called the, what's it called? The Philips one, I don't know, I don't have my glasses, the one blade or something like that. And this thing, see that? See that thing right there? And it goes up like that, or it goes down like that, and you can have you can have a dry shave, or, you know, in what I did, what I experimented with, I had a dry shave, and that's pretty good. I mean, for what for my needs, it's good. It's a good dry shave. I don't even, you know, it's great. That's the greatest shaver I've ever had in my life. I remember when I was a kid, and I still have my dad's shaver. My dad's, somewhere I have it. It's his, you know, the little cup with the soap and the brush. I have that because I used to use that. And I remember, you know, those razors, those double-edged blades, you would stick them in the thing and then crank it, and then it would press down. Then you have a blade on one side, a blade on the other side, and you like slice yourself. I mean, man, those things are freaking. They call them safety razors. Safety for what, man? If that's a safety razor, I don't want the dangerous one, okay? So that's how I learned to shave. And then about the time I was doing that, because I'm 68 years old, it's about the time that the Bic came out. You know, the plastic Bic, and I got one, and I showed it to my dad, just like that. My dad flipped. He never went back to the straight razor for that safety razor. The Bic was the thing for him, because it was such a monumental thing. And that's what happened with this thing I'm using now. I mean, you feel my face. It's like, oh, so sensitive. It's not the greatest shave like that, you know, but I mean, for me, it's perfect. And then if I want to make it more, and I did it, I put some shave cream on and did it with the dry, with the wet, and it got better. But for all practical purposes, for a guy like me, it's fine. And my hair, see how short it is? It was long. So I went to get a haircut, and I was coming back from the barber shop, and I looked at my hair, and it was like sticking out and flat, like just like that. And I go, oh man, you got to be kidding me. So I went back, and the guy redid it for me, clipped it even shorter, and he was telling me about what happens because the guy who had done my hair, this other guy was fixing it. This other guy said, well, his hair was long. I didn't know what that meant. And he was telling, this guy was saying that when your hair's long, it comes out and then goes down and it's like heavy. So it just goes straight down. So whenever you cut it, the hair that's coming out of your head just goes thong, you know, like that, and that's what happens. So it'll take a few days for my hair to do what it's gonna do, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, this is the new look. I lost my boyish good looks. What are you gonna do? If you have your boyish good looks into your, well, whenever, it's pretty good. So I lost that quite a while back. But what are you gonna do? So here I am making a video, and tomorrow is Monday. I'm going into town. I've been visiting with these guys that have this the thing about building websites and stuff. So I've got to get a website built and get something done. You know, I haven't been doing any work for a long time. I need money. Send me some money. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. So I've got to get back to work. You know, I was hoping that I wouldn't have to do this, but I'm gonna have to get back to work. I've got to do something. I don't want to have to get a job, so I better go get it. I better start doing something. Trying to figure it out. So that's the process that I'm doing now. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? But anyway, I wanted to show you the outdoors. See what it's looked like out there. It's so beautiful here. So beautiful. And it's just such a nice, pleasant place to be relative to being in Albuquerque. I go to Albuquerque and it's just not, it's not good. I mean, there's so many homeless people there. There's it's just chaos. Well, not quite chaos, but over by the university, it's not good. It's not good at all. So, it's not good at all. So what are you going to do? So what are you going to do? And there's one thing that I'm looking into right now is how to do split screen Skype calls. That'd be a fun thing to do. That would be a fun thing to do. So there are things on the horizon that I'm thinking about. I haven't done anything in such a long time. I mean, since I haven't really done anything. Well, that's not true. I mean, I did a lot of things that were productive. I made all kinds of ceramic stuff and did all that kind of stuff. Things that, you know, that I like that are making me $0. If it comes to figuring out something to do that I can do and enjoy it and not make a nickel, I'm your man. Oh, I've got to figure this out. I've got to make some cash. Oh. Nobody cares. Looks like we've got a flopping freaking thing going on here. I can hear it. We've got stuff blowing all over the place. Reminds me of when I was a Phoenician sailing the ocean blue. I heard something the other day. It was real interesting. That was Reddit, whatever it was. Maybe I saw it in a video. I was doing some research about Eratosthenes, and also that there was and that led me to this thing about the Phoenicians were sailors, and so they were the importers, they were the exporters, importers, they were the people that would take products from one place to another a lot of times. And one of the things that they were taking was copper. And so they were talking about how they think that the Phoenicians may have started a rumor that if you sail too far out to the ocean, you'd fall off the earth, in order to protect their trade, where they were going to different places to retrieve copper, which was a main ingredient for the production of bronze. So I thought that was interesting. Very fascinating. And then Eratosthenes, he was the guy that figured out the circumference of the earth. And what he did was, Cyrene, I think, was the name of the town he was born in. He was later the head librarian of the Library of Alexandria in Egypt. He was Greek. And there was this well, the story, the well in this town of Cyrene, I think it was, which was south of Alexandria, like 700 kilometers, because he actually hired someone to pace it off from Alexandria to this city, and that was like 700 kilometers. There was some other measurement at the time, but 700 kilometers for us, I guess. And what it was is, there's the town that he grew up in. The story was that he heard about this, but he probably knew about it because he was born there. In this town, on the summer solstice, I think it was, that in this town, the water would go, the sun would reflect into this well, and it would go straight down. You could see the sun down there, and there were no shadows around the well. There were no shadows. So there were no shadows cast at high noon on the summer solstice. So he hired someone to walk down there, pace it off, and then he measured, put a stick in the ground and measured the shadow on the summer solstice at noon, and it was 7 degrees, I think it was. And 7 degrees is 1/50th. What is it? 1/50th of 360 degrees, because they already knew about circles and degrees. And then you multiply that 7 by, what was it, 700 kilometers, distance is 7 degrees, so times 50 or whatever, was like, came out to be almost the exact circumference of the earth. He did that like at 200 BC. I'm amazed just when I push the button and my computer pops on. There were some really super geniuses in the world. High thinkers. I'm a high thinker in my own mind, of course. But if I was such a high thinker in my own mind, I wouldn't be trying to figure out how to make money at 68 years old. What are you going to do? All right. Here's a piece I did when I was living in Los Angeles. It's an interesting piece. That's a puzzle. So that's what that is. Okay. I think might have made some adjustments. I'm not sure if I made any adjustments on these. I think I might have made some adjustments on that one. It's the last time you saw it, I'm not sure. So anyway, things are going well here. I can't complain. Things are going well. There's no reason not to feel good, other than my diet's crap. But whose fault is that, Rodney? Whose fault is it for the stuff that you put in your mouth? Whose fault is that? Well, that would be your fault, Rodney. So if you want to lose weight and you want to have a good diet, you have to put good things into your system, Rodney. I wish I had a joke to break up this madness with a joke. What would it be? There's two guys in hell. This one guy goes, "Hey, is today Thursday?" And the guy goes, "Thursday? No, it's Wednesday." Well, hello, Rodney. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye.